For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
NewsSpin calling, 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 calling. NewsSpin calling, 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 calling. NewsSpin calling, 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 calling. Across the land, all across the world, echoes of voices, we join hand in hand. How many rise in the afternoon sun? Come along, NewsSpin has begun. NewsSpin is the best, better than all talk show, most monitored talk show in the world. Truth from St. Lucia to sandy shores, from cities and hills to the Caribbean breeze. We sing together, hearts at ease, education to open every mind. Learn about your country, leave no one behind. When NewsSpin is on your radio, come along hands in hands, voices in unity, singing loud. NewsSpin, News the best, better than all talk show, most monitored talk show in the world. St. Lucian's heart to the world's every land. Knowledge unites us hand in hand. Yeah, Tim on NewsSpin call, bridging gaps between us all. Voices lift on high, under one sky we unify. Tim on NewsSpin call, bridging gaps between us all. Voices lift on high, under one sky we unify. NewsSpin is on education for all, from city streets to mountains tall. Learn your history, share your dreams. Together we light the world with our flame. NewsSpin is the best, better than all talk show, most monitored talk show in the world. Better than all talk show, most monitored talk show in the world. NewsSpin is the best, better than all talk show, most monitored talk show in the world. Yeah, NewsSpin is the best, better than all talk show, most monitored talk show in the world.
The hospital has not been completed, but it has been handed over. And what about the cost? If you have already completed the project, what about the cost? That is very, very important. Welcome to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. NewsSpin is on Power 97.9 FM. Also the TuneIn app, Radio Garden, and the NewsSpin Facebook page and NewsSpin YouTube channel. Don't forget, like the video, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click the notification bell to help the channel grow. You will never forget November the 16th, I hope. Why? Because you were fed a lot of misinformation. You were deluded into believing that after waiting for so long, finally the government has delivered on a much anticipated conclusion of a project. That is not the case. The government is telling you clearly that that building or the structures at St. Jude that would house that hospital, they have been completed. But yet still, as would be done after the completion of any project, small scale, large scale, you name it, you would be given a final figure. Completed to the tune of so many millions of dollars or thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars. If anyone in the Ministry of Health can furnish us with that information, or the Ministry of Finance, we'd love for you to call the broadcast before we conclude at 2:30 this afternoon and tell us the exact cost of that project. Because we got a hint from former Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony, we'll be hearing from him in just a moment, that the government of St. Lucia is not in a position to furnish us, the taxpayers of this country, with that kind of information. And it'll be interesting to find out whether even the contractor can tell us exactly the cost of that project. And it's a simple question, What is the cost? If it has already been completed, what is the cost? And we don't even want to go into the reality of patients still convalescing at the George Odlum Stadium. If it has been completed, ought to be commissioned, ought to be in a position to provide services to members of the public from that particular location, and to start rehabilitating the George Odlum Stadium so that it can be transferred, handed over to the sportsmen and sportswomen of the South or St. Lucia in general. So again, this government, and on this particular occasion, it is very glaring that the government is giving you a 6 for a 9, saying that it has been completed, that project, and that is clearly not the case. Let us hear now from the PS in the Ministry of Economic Development, and that is Mr. Paul Hilaire, speaking yesterday at this handing over ceremony. And Mr. Hilaire told the audience that a number of departments at the St. Jude Hospital have been fully commissioned. You'll be hearing from him in just a moment as he makes that revelation. For example, he makes reference to the dialysis unit, and he talks about the laundry and the kitchen being exceptional, world-class standard. We will hear from him momentarily, so please stand by. You will also be hearing from a well-known individual who's always on social media. I know them, you describe them as influencers these days. And he too will have his take on what the government described as a handing over ceremony. You'll be hearing again from a medical doctor who has been calling NewsSpin to address that particular issue. And you'll be hearing from the independent candidate for V4 South, APA, the one and only APA. I think we're ready to hear from the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Economic Development.
Services. Today, as we hand over the hospital, the following departments have been fully commissioned and is in the transition phase. And these are the administrative center, which is to your left. It will house the corporate services, accounting, staffing, staff records, patient records, and what have you. Also, the laundry and kitchen, and I could tell you, I had a first-hand view of those two facilities, the laundry and the kitchen, and it is perhaps one of the most advanced kitchen and laundry you would have seen in this country. The physiotherapy and also the dialysis division.
PS in the Ministry of Economic Development, Mr. Paul Hilaire. Let us hear from an influencer. And he goes by the name Noah Sees. But his contribution is preceded by that of Dr. Wilson. So let's listen to this package.
The only sections that are ready are the kitchen, the laundry, the morgue has always been ready. That's completed, but none of the services. So in other words, any patient who wants to go down there to get any service, if you had a fall and you injured your leg or arm or so on, you will not be able to get that service down there. So I do not know what is the purpose of that handing over. I speak for myself as a central.
The doctor says she don't know what's the purpose of the handing over away. See, doctor, if the doctor don't know how we knowing. No, for real, what going on, doggy?
As a Mikudian and as a medical professional, the CIP money, and you have the loan. You've taken a loan from the Saudis for over $200 million, and you cannot say that you're going to deliver a hospital where people can go for care. All right?
Alright, so the loan 270 million, I'm sure it could finish the hospital, but the reality is the hospital isn't done right now. But like, it's also important, like you have to hand over a hospital or commission it to get it started, if that makes sense. But based on that footage, which is from Tuesday, it's not yet done. So even like, I confused. You check, I confused. Something you write somewhere because obviously not done yet. We need a couple months at least to really get everything sorted out. Wires, everything in place, and then for it to open or something like that. What I understand in there.
The Prime Minister to tell us, okay, whether we can go there to see the doctor or I can refer patients to that institution after Sunday. I want him to tell us that. Because that is an indictment. We must stop the lying to our people. If you cannot do it, say, well, okay, we will have a year again to do this or whatever. But you cannot. We cannot continue to deceive our population, and especially sick people.
Okay, so based on what the doctor is saying, big fuss is being done in this time to make it seem like the hospital ready on a level, but it is nowhere close to being ready. Based on what she said, it might take a couple months up to a year. But my vibe is, right, why not just wait till it finish completely and then call elections after that? I am a politician, I don't understand the intricacies, I don't know everything, I'm learning just like majority of us, wondering just like majority of us. But you see that situation there for true, it does feel like a whole ploy, it feels like a major super political move that I really don't appreciate. Why? I lost two parents during the past 2 years, my dad and my grandmom, and I remember, my grandmom being on a makeshift bed vibe. Makeshift kind of bed in St. Jude's under AC. We're talking about St. Jude's in in the stadium, and yo, the lady cold, one kind of cold. She has some covers on her, but the AC blowing hard. They can't lower the AC for her alone. And I said, boy, what? Check out my grandmother is there in a stadium, you know. Like, boy, see, I personally believe if the other one that was there was just continued, we would have maybe had a hospital that's better than the stadium 2 years ago. You check, so from that time there, I seen like, where everyone Jesus, some like, bro, what? I'm going Haley. I can remember that day when I got out of the hospital, and boy, they made shaking my leg saying, wow, my granny in a stadium, then he say, boy. No, I did cry. I swear to God I cried. But moral is, to me, that is just like a whole political ploy based on what the doctor's saying. It seems like a major deception. And I just cannot appreciate that, dog. Like, I cannot appreciate, and it's irrespective of side. I don't care which side. That is a no for me, dog. You check? And I really feel like elections should have been called after the hospital was completed totally. So at least you could say, yeah, we finish it and we finish it 100%. What you're saying now. But if they finish it, guys, 100% and you're doing a big kind of, it's being used as a political ploy, a point. Like, bro, pa fe mwen sa, dog. Pa try here, live, sevel, man. Pa try deceive, my dog. Pa fe mwen sa, dog. So ka ban bay, ban 100%, ban bay pou mwen des di, yeah. Unless I bush my likely massa DNA, but I'll be sure that they're on a level. You check? The fact that it is 100% and it's still chop action and this and that, but we're making it seem like it's a, like, dog, Papa myself, that is just bare politics, doggy. And I can never forward that. You check? Fire burn that dog on a level. Yeah, that's brilliant, my dog. So what the code is there? The code is the code we have to live there to try and sort out that thing there. The code is what? Mama dog, yeah.
Speaking so that the ordinary man and woman can understand it. Just so there from Noah Seas, and before him, Dr. Sylvia Wilson, comments that she made during NewsSpin last week. Average 3 to 6. That's a period I'm told it takes to construct and prepare a hospital to serve the public. 3 to 6 years at least. The United Workers' Party was in office, tried its utmost to complete the project 2009 to 2011, 2 years. Dr. Kenny Anthony came into office 2011 to 2016. So you're talking about between those two, 7 years. You could not complete the hospital. United Workers' Party comes into office 2016 to 2021, could not complete the project. Now the SLP is in office 2021 to 2025, irrespective of what Prime Minister Philippe J. Pierre, Health Minister Moussa Jabatiste, anybody else will say. The project still has not been completed. And we're just about 13 days away from a general election. It is chilling, incomprehensible. You ought to be shocked or flabbergasted that we cannot take care of our affairs to the extent that a project of that nature has to go on for close to 2 decades without it being completed. All kind of assistance from ordinary solutions, friendly governments, and somehow we cannot, it is bemusing. And that is a mystery, to borrow from the Prime Minister. It's a mystery that we cannot complete this important project. But yet still, we head into a general election. But don't forget the millions that we have spent thus far. And former Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony referenced that. And in making that assessment as to the cost so far, the monies we've spent trying to complete this project, he said, you'd hear him in his own words, we have to wait now for the completion of this building for the Prime Minister to tell us how much we spent here. We have to wait now for the completion, operative keyword there, completion of this building for the Prime Minister to tell us how much we spent here. The building has not been completed. Here is former Prime Minister and MP for VA4 South, Dr. Kenny Anthony.
This has turned out to be the most expensive public sector project ever undertaken in this country. You ask me how I arrived at that? When the former Prime Minister exited from office, he had already spent a substantial amount of a 20 million allocation. Enter Kenny Anthony, who decided to continue the project. By the end of it, the historical record will show, I believe, that another $127, $128 million is spent. So already we are talking quite easily about at least 140-something million. Enter the decision to demolish this building, parts of this building, and then to construct what we have just below the hospital. I'm told that easily 160 million or thereabouts has been spent. And then, of course, we have to wait now for the completion of this building for the Prime Minister to tell us how much we spent here. This has turned out to be the most expensive public sector project ever undertaken in this country. You ask me how I arrived at that? When the former Prime Minister exited from office, he had already spent a substantial amount of a 20 million allocation. Enter Kenny Anthony, who decided to continue the project. By the end of it, the historical record will show, I believe, that another $127, $128 million is spent. So already we are talking quite easily about at least 140-something million. Enter the decision to demolish this building, parts of this building, and then to construct what we have just below the hospital. I'm told that easily 160 million or thereabouts has been spent. And then, of course, we have to wait now for the completion of this building for the Prime Minister to tell us how much we spent here.
St. Lucian, look ridicule thingy, look papi show. Philippe J. Pierre, on need share, Philippe J. Pierre, what a minister of labor. Hein? Richard Fredericks, maman, on need share Richard Fredericks. Kosa ou ça vie parti en élection Richard Fredericks. Et tout ici, les bas pas ouvert l'hôpital Richard Fredericks ou pas parti en élection. Hein? Après ils ont la ka babé puis Stanley Félix qui laisse qui les bas, qui laisse qui parle bas. Et l'hôpital là pas encore ouvert. C'est que c'est mis en thèse moi disons. Hein? Les bas parti dit moun yo ka ouvert l'hôpital bay moun. Ma qui laisse qui coupe ribon? Hein? Bon matin, je vais St. Jude's. Je vais vieux bois. Je vais bois, je vais faire un extrait St. Jude's. Je vais à la porte St. Jude's. Gate la fermée. Hein? Et l'hôpital la fermé. Pas hier, Philippe J. Pierre hand over l'hôpital là-bas, c'est clissien. Je dis hier, Philippe J. Pierre hand over St. Jude's. C'est clissien. Je dis bon matin, c'est clissien. Je vais aller à l'hôpital St. Jude's. Côté Philippe J. Pierre ouvert hier parce que je voulais extrait. Je vais sortir ça pour un petit choc là, comment le Martinique. Vous comprenez? Je vais aller pour un extrait bon matin pour garder les mêmes moi. Parce que je vais faire mal après tellement moi. Vous comprenez? Si c'est quoi se fait qu'il y a les mêmes toujours. Et donc l'hôpital pas encore ouvert. Hein? Et Philippe J. Pierre a dit, il baille nous l'hôpital hier. Philippe J. Pierre. Dès où est Philippe J. Pierre? Hein? Philippe J. Pierre a dit, nous baille l'hôpital hier, c'est ici. Et bon matin, moi aller là dans patient. Hein? Pour aller faire un extrait pour vieux bois moi. Et la pani docteur, get la fermée, la pani moun, hein? So tout bon me quoi, Philippe J. Pierre just vini et pêcher Renault, fin fait contract li. Just buy Renault, combien $1 million c'est ici? Combien $1 million c'est ici? Et pas même accepter Renault, fin l'hôpital là, hein? Pour ça joue millions en wipo, hein? So a vini dit so hand over. By qui les hand over? Hein? St. Jude Hospital. Est-ce que board là, yo en devant bail? Hein? Nous voulons ça. Est-ce que board St. Jude Hospital, yo bail la clé? Because moi, disons, bon matin, je aller à l'hôpital là, et là, pas qu'on y rien à l'hôpital là. Vous comprenez? Yo tellement donc, yo demande dans le stadium là. Vous comprenez? So, mon petit speech. Mon petit speech par Kenny Anthony. Speech Kenny Anthony hier. Si Philippe Jepé dit il complète l'hôpital. Écoutez speech Kenny. Hier Kenny by speech li. Et dis-moi qui a Kenny qui a dit de ça. Because Kenny qui a dit il a espéré pour les Philippe Jepé complète l'hôpital là. Pour ça savent combien l'argent dépensé dans l'hôpital St. Jude. Parce que lui, King dépensé 20-something million. Il même dépensé 40-something million. Chasné, bulldoze, et pas continuer, et fait faire l'autre 150 million dans les state of the art là. Et Philippe Jepé a dépensé 200-something million plus à les St. Jude. Hein? Et building n'a pas même fini. Vous comprenez? Et nom la vini dit, il a rendu over l'hôpital by Moon. Yeah? Hein? Couillon nous c'est ici. Philippe Jepé, ou rendu over l'hôpital hier. Mais si vous êtes rendu over l'hôpital hier, Philippe Jepé, mais les gars comprennent un docteur qui a coupé nos là, qui a coupé ribon comment? Un nurse qui a coupé ribon comment? Because nurse travaille, docteur travaille, ou un patient à la wheelchair, un patient à la stroller, un patient à la bateau balier, un patient qui ni live water, qui a venu couper ribon comment? Because l'hôpital ouvert, nous ni moun l'hôpital, bon matin, moun happy, moun qui a la famille à l'hôpital St. Jude, Philippe Jepé dit ouvert. Mais Philippe Jepé, oh, et moi disons hier, moi dis moi qu'il faut un bon l'hôpital là. Là moi ouais quantité en chemise rouge. Moi dis non. En bas les bacs là. Moi pas aller dedans ça. Parce que si Philippe Jepé gouvernement les bacs a ouvert l'hôpital Seclici, c'est pas rouge. Nous kay ouais à l'hôpital là. C'est pas jaune. Nous kay ouais moun ka vinn puis normal radio, ka vinn supporter well l'hôpital ouvert, parler bas tout seul. Moi dis yon qualité en rouge. Yon qualité en rouge hier bon l'hôpital là. Hein? Maman il est pas dans les dek qui a ça. Donc à supporter toute magie partie ont fait maman il est pas. Hein? Donc en rouge dans l'hôpital là Philippe Jepé dit qu'a ouvert structure building là il dit qu'a bail là qui pas même complete.
You just heard there from APA independent candidate for V4 South. And he made a point there. Why at this particular official ceremony, government ceremony, you have individuals clad in party colors? Not only the colors, but inscription indicating that they are supporters of the St. Lucia Labour Party. I mean, that is unprecedented. That's unheard of. It is also unacceptable. That hospital is to serve the people of St. Lucia. That's nothing to do with supporting the St. Lucia Labour Party or attending to supporters of the Labour Party or supporters of the United Workers' Party. We are not making any distinction between what is a political event and what is an official government activity. I think we have a track there we want to play, and in case we'll try to get it for you a little bit later. Let's take your calls right now at 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026, and Amanda is going through some of your comments in the chat room, and no doubt she'll have a couple updates for us. Let's take a call on the landline. Hello, good afternoon. This is NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Good day, Mr. Poleon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you.
Now, just want to, I think it's obvious what you said yesterday regarding the flood of red paraphernalia that was at the opening. That did not look very nice. It was really a bit of a déclassé move.
It was.
Obviously, you will have some persons who would want to come and support their party, but coming in their full party clad, did not look very nice. It almost polarizes the event as if it's a partisan event. This is something that, of course, has been happening for quite a while, because at a number of official government activities, you see a whole bunch of partisan actions taking place. For example, you have even of recent, I saw a release from the government of St. Lucia, official government of St. Lucia page, stating that it was fake, that there would have been a debate between the leader of the opposition and, of course, the leader of the SLP. And I found it strange that, the official government page is the one, coming out and saying this is fake, because this is not a government debate. This is nothing to do with government of St. Lucia. These are two party leaders who want to debate. That has nothing to do with the government. And this is something, of course, I have noticed that the person running that page has continued to do. You have official statements from unions being placed on the official government page. The unions have nothing to do with the St. Lucia government. Yet you see statements from union leaders on St. Lucia government official page. And you see a number of things that have nothing to do with the government per se on those official pages. I'm also seeing as well, and we know that public servants are not entitled to criticize government and government policies, especially because of the fact that they obviously work and employed by the government. But what I've seen of late is a number of public servants in a number of videos in their attire, and they are praising, certain individuals directly. The Prime Minister did this or this. And to me, if I, as a public servant, if I'm a public servant and I do not have a right to criticize the government, I should not be forced. I don't know if they're being forced, but I should not be placed on video praising the government for certain individual actions. You have people saying they're the INCIP, and you have police officers in a whole number of videos, claiming the government did this and government did that. But if they're supposed to be public servants who cannot criticize, I don't think they should be placed in a situation where they put on video and they're giving praise, to certain individual actions. If you are able to give praise, you should be able to criticize, or you should be able to do none. That's my position on that, because you can't be able to only do one and not the other. That's how I see it. But it's something that has been happening where the official government pages are being used to spread SLP's messages. You have the ministers, etc. everywhere they go. You have the Minister of Education everywhere he goes. He speaks to students. It becomes a party speech. And I think that's not right, because we have to remember that while we campaign as an individual under a party, when we win and we become a minister or an MP, we are supposed to be representing everyone.
Okay, caller. Thank you so much. Somebody says there via WhatsApp, Tim, I share Appa's sentiment. I'm living nearby and decided to pass by what I thought was an official ceremony in plain clothes. And to my disappointment, everyone was in red. Why did this look like a labor meeting? That was the lowest labor can go. And I was amazed to see the box versus the secondary school that was built. Labor don't care about people of the South. We have a call via WhatsApp. Hello, good afternoon. NewsSpin, I think we have lost that call. Let's see if we can get. Let's take a call on the line. Good afternoon, NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Yeah, good afternoon, Tim.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
Tim, it's laughable. Laughable yesterday with the Prime Minister of St. Lucia. Open ceremony handover. What they're handling over to the government or to the... Well, I don't even know what to say. But in my opinion, it's all about politicking. Because, Tim, as a St. Lucian, everybody is curious to go and see what's in there. And I was told, Tim, you could see on Facebook where he handling the key to the government official. And you're telling me, Tim, you cannot visit the hospital to see what inside look like? That is a big joke. It's not a hospital. It's just a building. No beds, nothing in that. Why you don't want the public that's making noise and NewsSpin all the time, talking about they want the hospital, they want the hospital. People are getting penny from the time the hospital burned. And you're telling me right now, you said this year, that you will give a hospital at the ending of the year. We're going into December. You telling me you're giving a visit? Now, Tim, what about all that money that's spent? I want the Prime Minister of the day to tell me how much money was spent on what he said he opened and he handing it over to the government officials. Tim, let me tell you something, Tim. It's heartbreaking when you have a lot of accidents, shooting, crime all over the country, or sometimes you're just walking down the road and you fall in a gutter and you end up reaching at the hospital. And when you reach at the hospital, you're on a chair there for 2 days. I know a number of people that gone to the hospital, you know. Like my colleague, Skinny. You remember Skinny, of course?
Yes, sir.
Lord have mercy. May he rest in peace. Skinny end up at the hospital dead, Tim. And I must always remember Skinny at all times. The man sat on a chair, I was told the last time, on a wheelchair for almost 2 days, you know. Almost 2 days. No, I'm not playing politics with that. When Mr. Shastra knew that they told him about it, the man ran there. But it was too late for it to help the man. Although he still took the guy to Tapia Hospital. And then same set of people that do not like the man was giving him the state-of-the-art hospital. The Labour Party said it's a box. They go to Saudi Arabia, they say they get loan. Up to today, we can't get a hospital. We can't get a hospital. St. Lucia is all about, $5 a shot of rum and then a pound of flour, tuna, fish, and peas. That's what we making politicians do to us, to give to us. And we have a man that care, that try to give us the state-of-the-art hospital. But no, they don't like that. But Tim, December is not too far. The change is coming. And the change is not only coming for UWP, It's coming for the SLPs. Because when we get a good hospital, good medical care, $75 for insurance, everybody benefits, Tim. Tim, I have more to say, but I'll give somebody else a chance.
Thank you so much for calling, sir. Let's see if we have some more of your messages to go through. And somebody says there via WhatsApp, the keys for the St. Jude building was handed right back to Reno after the ceremony was over. That's according to a WhatsApp message. Let's see if we have some more of your messages. And the person says that, Tim, I can't believe what I'm seeing. I'm sorry for the people of St. Lucia if they vote back SLP in government. And good afternoon to you, Amanda. Let's find out if you have any comments to go through.
Yes, quite a few.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Good afternoon, Tim. Good afternoon, Spinners. Tim, a few comments here via Facebook. Someone says, an opening ceremony of a hospital that boasts the most advanced kitchen and laundry in the country. Labor's hot pack a hot. Commentary reads, we do not care about advance, we need it functional. A NewsSpin says Arcadia doesn't seem too enthused. Someone says there's a hospital, laundry, and kitchen are the most advanced in this country, but the Chasney building, not referring to it as a box anymore, wasn't. A commentary reads, the hospital story is a plot to win the election. I hope it fires back. Someone says, are there any patients there? I heard works are being done today as we speak. So what was the purpose of yesterday than wasting money? A NewsSpinner says, thanks for confirming your Prime Minister handed over a building which can be used for a hospital after spending an additional loan amount of $200 million when it would have cost only $80 million to complete the building by the previous administration. Then again, there is no Labour support or operative who will make sense of that. Another commentary reads, who feels it knows it, people dying on chairs in hallways, but here we are playing politics with people's health and lives. Someone says here they are right because we have accepted mediocrity for too long. A commentary reads, of course, typical Labour supporter, attack the messenger and not pay attention to the message. Your decision is to insult the doctor instead of holding the Prime Minister accountable. Sickness of the brain. A NewsSpinner says if SLP had put their personal egos and hatred for Chasney aside and completed the box, they wouldn't be in the mess they are in today. Serves them right. Another commentary reads, PJP will continue to blame Chasney for that and continue to insult St. Lucians, and the people will accept that. Shake my head. Commentary reads, Team, how much did this opening ceremony cost the taxpayers to deceive the people? Money is needed to purchase medicines and equipment for that same hospital. A few comments here via YouTube. Someone says, we will find out the cost after December 1st, 2025. Commentary reads, Team, even KDA confirmed it is incomplete and wondering the amount of money spent. Commentary says, Team, when will our people stop settling for the bare minimum? Commentary via YouTube, it says, Team, I have a kitchen and a laundry at my home, so does that mean I have a hospital at home? Seriously? And the commentary, it says, it's absolutely disgusting. I'm glad I was able to get my mom off the island, seeing the condition my dad was at the so-called St. Jude's. Back to you, Tim.
Thank you so much, Amanda, for that update. Via WhatsApp, somebody says that, Tim, we, the people of Dairy Soul, would like to hear from Shanda Haraksing. She only makes meetings in Blanchard, Angers, Degas, and Tirocher and skips Dairy Soul. Why? What is she afraid of? That's according to our WhatsApp message. And some more of your messages. The ceremony was a closing ceremony. If it's not opened, it is closed. End of story. And some more of your comments. St. Jude's has been reduced to a political prop while 6 citizens remain in a stadium. And Pierre's most significant manipulation is believing St. Lucians won't see through the charade. Where is your heart, Philip J. Pierre? Are you so power hungry that you put yourself before the patients at the hospital? And let's see if we go through some more of your comments. And somebody says there via WhatsApp. Okay. All right. Somebody says Reno came clad as a sheikh of Dubai just to throw in our face how much more of a millionaire, maybe billionaire now he's become thanks to the PJP administration. And another one says Viforshan Musa should be voted out of office as Minister of Health. No respect for the people of the South. Let's take a call on the landline. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Timothy.
Bon après-midi, ma coulée. L'autre matin, nous, hein?
Et puis, bon après-midi pour Amanda.
Good afternoon, caller.
Well, tout le monde a trouvé mon répondre en ligne, ma cache-ni.
Où je viens de aujourd'hui?
Ouais, mais pas les politiques, puisque politique, jusqu'à qui est calcati. Si l'hôpital est ouvert, personne ne va y savoir. Depuis, je vois dit l'hôpital est ouvert, l'hôpital est ouvert. Bon, t'as l'air moins bizarre l'hôpital. Côté on a couché en lèvre, couche boîte là encore. Vous voyez, vous n'avez pas de café, vous pas voulu bailler chasse des chances pour entrer pour faire ça faire à marcher. Mais couillon. Il a l'air pour l'élection, il fait, puisque moi, je ne pas oui, pas ordinaire, moi pas oui.
So, vous avez voté, ma collègue?
Si on vote, là, je l'ai moi, à mon ID card, je vote, pas mon qui va ID card qui va voter.
À qui constituency vous avez voté?
Il a l'air pour moi vote. Moi, d'où bailler chasse des chances pour entrer pour nous les rouleaux.
So, vous ne pouvez pas moi? Vous êtes politicien même, man?
Ma politicien. Moi, pas vote côté mon l'habitude vote.
Côté qu'il ça.
Ils m'ont fait top mon gars ça fait moi là, ma d'où on vote.
OK, ma collègue.
So moi faut savoir moi là,
oui.
Pas problème actuellement. Là, ma problème et puis.
OK.
Puisque c'est moi qui mets comme moi avec les moments de pour qui cause panique là, on va transférer moi by secrétaire qui a ban mon réponse avec un jeune à bout de toutes affaires. Moi tant requête de ramando pour moi, ça requête niveau moi.
Puis t'as dit qu'il couille ta là qui caille d'où?
D'ici ça en fait syndicat pour nous là, mettez manière avec couille moi sous faute moi dit titre moi. Ouais.
OK. Ni un bon après-midi, ma collègue.
Merci pour ça.
OK.
Merci pour votre Amanda. Moi, là, j'ai écouté tous les jours, j'ai écouté.
OK, nous allons parler. All right, let's take a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon, NewsSpin, you're on the air. Hello?
Good day, Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Yes, good afternoon. Last time I called you, I kind of left on a not so good note, but Tim, it was out of frustration and I was vexed, honestly. I try not to call when I'm vexed, but it happened. Nevertheless, Tim, it is not usual that I agree with Rick on things because I kind of think that he kind of put our people down too much.
Mm-hmm.
But Tim, you know, it is just proving over the past few days that Rick have been right in the way that he characterizes St. Lucians. Because I cannot seem to understand him. Now, knowing from me, I mean, I am not a degree holder, Tim. I did not go to the best schools. But somehow, Tim, I have something, to me, my integrity is all I have. I will not allow myself to be bought for any reason. But I am seeing in St. Lucia today that there are so many things that are so obvious. But we have our so-called people that are supposed to be educated are supporting the nonsense. How could you have a man like Reno, who's getting all the contracts in this country, coming on a platform clad in how you calling them? The Saudis outfit, you know, coming and really, and actually I thought that was something that was, you know, AI team, but they told me it was actually his outfit. How can we accept?
I think he was paying tribute to Saudi Arabia and the fact that they are the ones who gave the Philip JP administration this multi-million-dollar loan to undertake that rehabilitation of the buildings that we call St. Jude Hospital.
Do you know that the Saudis will take offense to that, Tim? These people have a lot of pride, you know, in the Middle East. These people don't take their culture for granted, you know. But nevertheless, Tim, what I am saying is that you look at what the Labour Party is doing today, Tim, and you have people supporting, and not just people, I can understand the average person's thing, but you have people that's supposed to be in the know, supporting that kind of nonsense that is taking place today. How can you tell me? Alan Chasney said, and Guy, you remember him, that it would cost the country too much money and it will take too long to complete the old structure, Tim. John Peters, right now, John Peters and Mark Henniker, do you know that these two persons, as special engineers, have lost all credibility? Because they were the ones who defended that old hospital. And today, after 4.5 years, you cannot complete, and you telling me that you complete the building. But at the end of the day, it is the same thing that Alan Chasney and Guy Joseph said. If you had the only good thing that is at St. Jude's today, Tim, are the piece that they took from the box. That is the only good thing that is there. The others, it's a glorified, a nice house. That's what it is. It's not a hospital. It's a nice house. You understand? How can our educated people sit down in that crowd, where I saw some of them there, sit down in that crowd and clap their hands and say something good was happening? You understand? I cannot understand it, and it has to take some. When they said that St. Lucia is second before the last, which Haiti was, in IQ, I'm really starting to believe that. I did not want to believe it, but I'm really starting to believe it. Because nobody who have a certain level, you know, of common sense can stay there and sit down and clap for that nonsense that is taking place there. When you, just one last point, Tim, right now in Micoud South, I want to tell the people in Micoud South, remember when Casillas came and we gave him a chance in 97. Remember what they did to us. They penalized us. Okay? Not one pin this guy moved. And as soon as election was coming, he started doing things all over the place. We voted him out. Okay? The same thing happened to Micoud North that never voted Labour. For the past 4.5 years, Gail had already established all infrastructure. All Jeremiah had to come and do is just continue and maybe create some social programs, Tim, put things in place for the people to survive. He did nothing. Now, I am telling the people of Micoud South, the same thing will happen to us again if we are not careful. because we need to put our feet down and tell these people we do not need them around. Tim, the lady has put about 15 billboards around the constituency. Tim, as far as I'm understanding, one of these billboards is costing over $5,000, Tim. 15 times roughly $5,000 is what? $75,000 or so?
About that, yes.
Tim, do you know how much that money can do in the constituency? 4.5 years your government have been in office, you never did anything in Micoud South. Whether it be Gibo or the Labour Party itself, never did anything in Micoud South. Keep on lying on platforms saying how they're giving Alan Chasney millions and he's not doing anything with it, Tim. Today, you want the vote of the people of Micoud South. You all over the place doing projects. You understand? When Rick said by any means necessary, I have no problems in that. You do what you want to win. But I am telling my people that we need to wise up and open our eyes, open our ears, take their money and vote them out. Have a good day, Tim.
You too, sir. Thank you so much. News reaching me indicate that there's been a shooting incident. I think it occurred at Hospital Road, Castries. And my source is saying about half an hour ago. The individual is a male, and he was taken initially to Betty Wells and now being transferred via ambulance to the OKEU hospital. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Still to come, more of your calls on your WhatsApp messages, along with updates from Amanda King regarding your comments in the chat rooms. Shop directly from the U.S. with Smack Freight International. Vehicles, heavy equipment, tools, parts, building materials, commercial equipment, office equipment, furniture, personal goods, home goods, shoes, clothing, restaurant equipment and supplies, uniforms, and so much more. Smack Freight International also offers a broad selection of top quality products with real-time availability and fast delivery. It's simple. Whatever you buy it for less at Smack Freight. Smack Freight is now serving the Caribbean. WhatsApp them today at 1737-409-4048. Once again, that WhatsApp number, 1737-409-4048. Or visit their website at smackfreight.com.
KFC, yo, we back with the vibe. Strips and dip combo, flavor that rise. Free crispy strips, fries on the side. 16-ounce drink, sauce for the ride. Order for 25, deal so nice. Go down and crunchy, can't think twice. Barbecue, honey, mustard ranch if you wish. Dip it, dunk it, finger licking bliss. KFC, brand new flavor. Set the mood, strips and dip is back. Finger licking good.
What if the next drop is the last? St. Lucia is facing longer, more intense dry spells, and our water sources are drying up. And when the rains come, they come harder and faster, damaging our homes and disrupting our water supply. But we can change the outcome. By conserving water and protecting our sources, every small action adds up. WASCO, working in collaboration with the Water Resource Management Agency, is committed to securing our water future. But we need your help. Together, we can protect our water, our health, and our future. One small step can make a big impact. Let's secure our water and secure our future. For more information, visit wascostlucia.com.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbute at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Are you ready? Get set. Let's go green with New Select. No more paper, no more mess. Easy billing, no stress. You
SpainElect.com today and sign up to my account to pay your bill. Request a temporary or new connection or switch an account to your tenant's name. Do it all online.
Personal, paperless, use the virtual service desk. Are you ready? Get set. Let's go green with Loose Select.
Yeah, man. Great job, guys. I love it. Yeah, man. You guys see how the place starting to look nice?
Not just nice. This STEP program creates a safer and healthier community for all of us who live it. CIP is doing so many good things in the communities and providing jobs for us. It's a win-win for everyone. I am the I in CIP.
I am the I in CIP. It's about our citizenship by investment program.
Chronic back pain, arthritis, spinal injuries, nerve disorders, even painful cramps. These conditions affect daily life, but you don't have to live with pain. Every day matters when it comes to your health. At La Clinique du Corps, we provide fast, accurate diagnosis with advanced GE-certified MRI technology and internationally recognized specialists. Our focus is safe, effective treatment that restores mobility, relieves pain, and gives you back your quality of life. Call 451-6559 today. 451-6559. La Clinique du Corps, because time is vital in health.
At First National Bank, we believe being first means putting you first. Your first home, we've got the mortgage. Starting your first business, count on our commercial loans. Dreaming of your first car? Drive it home today. Heading to college? Let's fund that first big step with a student loan. No matter the milestone, make First National Bank your first choice for all your loan needs. First in service, first in trust, first for you. Call us at 455-7000 or visit your nearest First National Bank branch today so we can help put you first. First National Bank, here for you.
At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, we offer high-quality products from Martinique, and our ready mix is made with casting sand, not regular pumice. Compared to regular pumice, casting sand saves you in your cement use. At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, our materials come from porcelain stones, which is used as an additive in creating cement. Caribbean Pastouche Limited is located in Bexon, behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastouche Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
This Christmas, Flo's making the season merrier when you add postpaid to internet. Unwrap a new smartphone for only $29. Plus, we're giving you 50% off your mobile bill. And win even more goodies with our Spin the Wheel Christmas promotion. This Christmas, the rewards are on us. Add postpaid to your internet plan today in-store or visit discoverflow.co for more info. Terms and conditions apply. Flo, we keep your Christmas rhythm flowing.
Every day, St. Lucian women give everything to their families, communities, and dreams. Yet breast cancer still claims too many lives. Now, St. Lucia is making history. For the first time, state-of-the-art 3D mammography is available right here at home. Donated by the World Bank through the Health Sector Support Program, these advanced machines are a major step forward in universal health coverage, and they're free. Women 40 and older or younger, if at risk, can access this life-saving service. Visit your local wellness center for a referral. Early detection saves lives. Free mammograms, universal coverage. Your wellness center is your first step.
Broward, located on High Street in Castries, next to the courthouse and electoral office, and opposite the Castries Comprehensive School, is having a massive clearance sale. Prices have been slashed by so much, it's ridiculous. We're talking 30 to 60% off electrical and plumbing items until stocks last. Whether it's a do-it-yourself fixer-upper or a full household project, come in and save big with Bravo. There's never been a better time to come down to Bravo for savings on electrical, plumbing, and other hardware items. See you there. Bravo, located on High Street, Castries, next to the courthouse and electoral office, and opposite the Castries Comprehensive Secondary School. Sale on until stocks last. Sale starts Tuesday, November 25th.
The following is a paid political advertisement.
We can get a better government than SLP. And we are proud to be under SLP.
The youth economy agency.
You can actually see what Sean is doing.
This government, they're doing very good.
Alva ka fan shy, Alva, nous pas à complain. Alva a délivré. Et nous pas à complain. Qui a délivré tout partout, tout partout.
Mr. King is doing good.
I think he must be very
He's a very humble person.
A lot of good things they're doing.
He's not there for only the East Castries, he's there for everybody, the entire St. Lucia.
All I know, the way I seen it, I think is the right person we have in place.
Everybody that come to him, he never refused it.
From the time he entered in 2011, we cannot complain, and this is why I'm telling everyone, Sean again, Sean again, Sean again.
But Mr. Shashley, you say, I don't want them to get back in power.
I wish they would good guy and the rest is all cool. The model for me, please.
Them guys are there, all the teams, Shashley, you see, all is the same thing. None never tell him what he doing is not well.
We're going forward, not backward.
I don't want to see them on my TV, on my phone. No, I don't want to Shashley.
I like to see how they working.
I'm trying to speak to who I know that's able to see if I can change things. To see if I can do it, because Emma is doing very well in Super.
Mr. King to the fullest. The moon is red and we're ready. I feel actually great about you.
Everything is working proper in the community.
I want you all of St. Lucia to vote with Papa.
We vote Philippe J. Pierre.
I don't have nothing to complain about. Nothing to complain about.
I am one of the beneficiaries of that. I'm the only university graduate of my family, my household. So I'm very pleased when the Prime Minister said one university graduate from each household. So I'm one of those.
The choice is clear.
For myself, the semi-pro football itself is very good for St. Lucia.
There are young people who want to go and play football, but now that you're getting something for it. So it's promoting you, like it's making you feel wonderful and things. So to know you're playing for a cause, you're getting a little money and things. So
we are intelligent people.
You have your children that were just sitting by the roadside with lots of ideas. And now these ideas can be changed into businesses.
Everything going good in St. Lucia.
Gouvernement, moi tape gouvernement qui a fait un bon travail.
Just me doing very well.
The choice is very clear. No change is required. We are staying with Labour.
This was a paid political advertisement.
Greetings and Lucia, how are you sons and daughters? My name is Appa, and I am not like the other. I am an entrepreneur, ghetto youth and hustler. I'm representing Beaufort, a southern town that they forgot. Yeah, shy I'm independent, so your money will be well spent. No more corruption and bubble. I'm representing all of y'all. Beaufort, are you tired of the way? Are you tired of the damn slow pace? Many years they claim leadership, yet all we saw was a sinking ship. Are you tired of political games? Join me and let us put them to shame. I am here on a unique campaign. For all I want is my town to gain again, again and again. Let us start with infrastructure, electricity and water. It's time to build a marina, build back the docks for our future. Set up the youth with education, develop them with sports programs. Healthcare must be priority for our youth die philosophy, cause I don't dance to no party, yeah. When them say, oh no, yo passage te, tout qualité parole yo ka jete, ma cache yo gam yo sa pale, tête moins trop foré pas sa pété. Oh, Jake Jean, nous la santi ville, nous étant yo di moi, c'est un no fou. Vieux fort, are you tired of the way? Are you tired of the damn slow pace? Many years they claim leadership, yet all we saw was a sinking ship. Are you tired of political games? Join me and let us put them to shame. I am here on a unique campaign. For all I want is my town to gain again, again and again. Your thoughts, are you tired of the ways? Are you tired of the damn slow pace? Many years they claim leadership, yet all we saw was a sinking ship. Are you tired of political games? Join me and let us put them to shame. I am here on a unique campaign. For all I want is my town to gain again, again and again. Crime calm down, yet still in an SOA. Can't you see it's political games they play? Fishermen and farmers need assistance. The nurses and the vendors need assurance. Give the people land they were promised. Incarcerated youths need their justice. Bus shelters for rain and the sunshine. Stop the bleeding now and the decline. Your fault, are you tired of the way? Are you tired of the damn slow pace? Many years they claim leadership, yet all we saw was a sinking ship. Are you tired of political games? Join me and let us put them to shame. I am here on a unique campaign. For all I want is my town to gain again, again and again, again. Vote Appa if you want something different. Vote Appa, do not dance to no party. Vote Appa, for I know they can buy me. Vote Appa, for their fort and the country. Vote Appa, for I am independent. Vote Appa, Sapa pies blagusa. Vote Appa, vote Appa, vote Appa, vote Appa, vote Appa, vote Appa, vote Appa.
Appa's campaign song, independent candidate for VA4 South in the upcoming general election. WhatsApp message reads, Tim, it was the PS who disappointed me. He wore red tie, which is a no-no for a public servant, then spoke mainly gibberish about advanced kitchen and laundry, and how Reno took so many risks and risked so much to construct the building. And so we are wondering whether this hospital is located on top of Mont Jimmy or Petit Piton. Or was he referring to all the mold and asbestos in the old hospital? Vete. That's according to our WhatsApp message. And let's see if we have some more of your messages. Somebody says there are a number of issues which must be considered by each voter in this election. Do the candidates have integrity? Can they be trusted? Is there transparency in the undertakings? Have we received the proper accounting for their stewardship? Do they have sound plans for the sustainable development of the country? Choose well, St. Lucia. That's according to a WhatsApp message. We have a WhatsApp call. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Tim.
Yes,
Good
caller.
afternoon to you, Amanda.
Good afternoon to you.
And good afternoon to the viewers. Tim, it is well documented what has been happening with St. Jude over the past 14 to 16 years. I will not go over it again. But what happened, that charade that happened at the so-called St. Jude Hospital yesterday, if there is one reason, I'm only saying one, if there is one reason why this Labour Party government should be voted out of office, then it was laid down to us on a platter yesterday. Because what these fellas told us yesterday, that look, the people of St. Lucia are stupid, or they want us to think that we are stupid, that they could come to Vieux-Fort, have a so-called opening or handing over ceremony, and think that they're going to pull wool over the eyes of St. Lucia, that they have actually given us a hospital. That is taking people for fools. These are so-called educated people using the education and what has been termed intellectual dishonesty to come and improve it on the rest of St. Lucians, like as if we will not see the difference. Now, Dr. Anthony, in his speech, what he did not say, while he said that this is the most expensive project ever undertaken, what he failed to tell us...
Public sector project, eh? Public sector project.
Yeah, public sector project. He should have said that this has been the biggest and the fattest cash cow for the Labour Party and the Friends over the last few years. That is what St. Jude is. Those of us who look at St. Jude forensically, St. Jude has been a cash cow for the Labour Party and their friends. They have benefited financially from there being no control, there being no audit, there being no structure as to how money is spent. They've been milking millions and millions and millions of dollars from St. Jude over the years. And it is in their interests for St. Jude not to be complete. That is a fact. Now, what I want to ask the people of Beaufort South, the people of Beaufort North, the people of Micoud North and South, Choiseul Saltibus, Soufrière, Dennery North and South, because these are the people which are functioning St. Jude with primary reserve. How do they feel today after that handing ceremony over yesterday? How do they feel today? Do they feel any better today than they were the day before? If something were to happen to them or one of their loved ones, could they take them to that St. Jude hospital where that ceremony was held yesterday? The answer is no. That administrative center, the laundry, the kitchen, the physiotherapy, and the dialysis unit, and the morgue, which they have said that have been completed. Can anybody go there today? The answer is no. This is a fasting. This Labour Party government, they have taken people for granted. They have taken the voters, the people of St. Lucia, the people of Beaufort South, North, and the Southern Hemisphere for granted. And we have sent a clear message on December 1st that we are not fools. This is not a hospital. It will not be commissioned. It will not be complete in another year's time. They are milking the St. Jude, and we are going to vote them out. That is my contribution for today.
Okay, caller, thank you so much for sharing it with us. We are waiting more of your calls. Once again, 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. Again, 716-2026. And somebody says there via WhatsApp, just bear with me, just trying to access that WhatsApp message. It says, Tim can take a bed building from PJP and magically call it a hospital. Then tell me, what did the former government give St. Lucia? A mosquito net and a dream? Because as far as I remember, that was a building too, except somehow back then, everybody suddenly had engineering degrees and could see floors, but now the same four walls and roof is being sold as a medical miracle. Make it make sense. A rush to hand over something incomplete to full people for votes. St. Lucians, think before you vote. We have a call. Good afternoon, NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Good afternoon, Amanda.
Good afternoon, caller.
And I'm sending a special good afternoon for Mr. Pato. Mr. Tim, Mr. Pato is not my father. My father passed already, but me and Pato are so close. So I class him as my father, you know?
Okay.
And I respect him to the fullest. But Mr. Tim, what I want to touch on as a citizen of St. Lucia, not by CIP, but by birth, so I could talk about St. Jude. Mr. Tim, in my opinion, the first person I'm blaming for St. Jude is Stephenson King, because under his watch, Stephenson, the St. Jude got burned. And they had enough land to build a new hospital. He didn't do it. Okay, so then again, Mr. Kenyan Tony come in power, he take it out from worse, bring it to worser. United Workers Party get in office. I remember Mr. Guy Joseph said that they had to do an audit or whatever. And when the audit come out, they said that St. Jude will cost too much money. It's an old building. Even they had to work on it, build a new St. Jude, because they had land, they do a new St. Jude. And Mr. Tim, I find Philip J.P. get in office and he should have continued St. Jude, because St. Jude did not build on Alan Chasney property. It built on St. Lucia land. And I believe what that kept Mr. Philip JP put him off. Mr. King went on his side, and I believe, I don't know what deal they had, I'm just assuming. Maybe they say, well, I'll join your team because that's what he did and finished St. Jude. Not knowing or not realizing that would not finish. You get my point? What Mr. Philip JP had to do is to continue the new St. Jude they call the box. You get my point? That's what they should do. And Mr. Alan Chasney had all their plan. The old St. Jude, they would have leave it for nursing and whatever. What a great visionary man. And Philip JP play a politics in our head, going to St. Jude with his crew. As the fella had said earlier on, with red color, not just red color, but a symbol of Labour Party. So I wonder if they get back in office and you come in to see doctor, if you have to come with a red shirt, because that's nonsense. We St. Lucian, we need to wake up. Who don't like Alan Chasney, fine, that's their opinion, but vote for the benefit he bringing on the table, healthcare. You know what I'm saying there? If you don't want to vote for cost of living, you feel like you want to eat your bread, fruit and oil, fine. If you don't want to vote for fuel prices because you feel you don't have vehicle, fine. If you don't want to vote for cooking gas, you feel you could burn coals, fine. But you see the healthcare, I want my people to take that serious. You can't vote for St. Lucia Labour Party, put them in office. They have health insurance, the ministers have health insurance, their family have health insurance, the children have it, and you that caused them having it and they're not putting it in place for you. My people, put color aside. Let we look for the benefit of ourselves. Let we look. We sick. Mr. Tim, I will not stay long. One more minute. Mr. Tim, I remember when we was growing up and we giving dance. It's to have a good time. We have a little barbecues to make a little change. You know, fun that was. Right now that stopped, and right now what do you think that take over? Even little barbecue, even little dance, going by KFC, going by all supermarkets, whatever, if a little paper and asking for donation, whilst the sickness is eating us up and we have health insurance in place. My people, take that serious. Take that election serious. I'm a citizen of this country, not by CIP money, by birth. So I'm one of you all. Let we vote for better life. Let we put United Workers Party in office. Labour Party have a slogan, the mood is red. I understand what they say, the mood is red, but I want to know the meaning of the mood is red. But I know the meaning of the 7 plan United Workers Party bringing on the table to benefit all of us. Have a wonderful day, my brother.
You too, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Once again, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. We have another call via WhatsApp. Hello, good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller. Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm all right. How about you?
Good afternoon to you. I'm good.
Okay.
And Amanda, also good afternoon to you, my dear.
Good afternoon,
Tim,
caller.
I just want to make a comment on Musa's. By the way, what is Musa's name? I don't know.
Moses Jean-Baptiste? You forgot.
Moses Jean-Baptiste.
You forgot.
I know. I didn't know. I know about the Jean-Baptiste I knew, but not the Moses.
Okay.
I just want to comment on his attempt to rubbish the proposal brought forward by the opposition in respect of the national health insurance that they propose launching if they were to get into the office. And what amazes me is that he simplified this thing so much to the extent he was just misleading people. And that, in a sense, could actually affect their decision as to whether they would accept it or not. What we have to understand is that the insurance premium that any insurance company charges is not the result of the simple multiplication that he did. He took the 180,000 population, multiplied by the proposed $75,000 cover, and came up with 13.5 billion. And this large number suggests to him a large premium that most people could not understand. But the thing is, in insurance, it's usually run by the pooling of risk. And the actual insurance premiums are computed by people called actuaries, who are highly trained professionals who apply things like probability, statistics, and financial theory to analyze the financial cost of future uncertain events like deaths, accidents, natural disasters. And these guys work primarily in the areas of insurance, and finance. They use mathematical, statistical methods and so on. And basically, they would be sitting down with the government, understanding what the government wishes to do, and then take lots of things into consideration. Like, for example, the historical claims data of the population they're trying to they want to ensure, right? The demographics, age, gender, and all that sort of stuff. They take into account even the cost of drugs going forward. So there are a lot of things that go into this into this computation, and they come out with a premium. Now, I understand that the opposition was saying it would cost each person, at least the people who participate in it, $100 a month, which is $1,200 a year. Now, all this information is being given to the insurance company, and they would come up with perhaps the amount of cover that could buy them. Or similarly, they could start with the amount of cover the government thinks is reasonable and work backwards to get the premium. But it is certainly not the simplistic thing that that what's his name, Musa came up with. And I think by giving people more information, they can get an understanding of whether the thing could work or not.
Well, Colin, the fact is, I mean, health insurance coverage for the people of St. Lucia, the citizens, that caller is long overdue. I mean, considering
no doubt about that.
Yeah, considering what people are going through, and I'm sure a lot of people are having sleepless nights. I'm not wanting to be ill, to suffer any kind of major ailment. Because for starters, you really cannot depend on your OKE. You don't even talk about St. Jude Hospital for an efficient service as far as, ameliorating your situation or improving your health situation and things of that nature. So you need to provide the people, the citizens of this country, with that safeguard, with that assurance that, they have something to fall back on in the event that they are ill, and they have to get the treatment that is required for them to recover.
There's no doubt about that. But the thing is, what he was doing was actually making it seem impossible for people to get that kind of cover. But these things are being done, like I pointed out, like highly trained professionals who will go through all the data and make sure that what they're doing is inconsistent with what the government wants in terms of administrative caps, benefit levels, that sort of thing. It was not the simplistic thing he was pointing out.
Yeah.
Now, when you take that into consideration and realize that this thing is being done by trained professionals, actuaries, then there's an understanding that it is not beyond the country to do what it has to do, because they've sectionalized the population. You have the young people, they have their own profile. You have the older people, you have the mature people. There are people who could afford insurance and may not want to fit into what the government is doing and so on. And eventually it'll get to be a manageable size and premium. But for him to come up with this large figure, and people will get startled at this huge figure, 13.5 billion, I think it is, and I will say, oh, that would work. That's not correct. I don't think he should be doing that. If he's going to criticize it, come along scientific lines, but don't come up with this crazy stuff that people just throw up their hands and, according to you, give up on a much needed service. In fact, I think I'm in the zone of the people who need that now, because having reached the age of 65, I've had a policy before the insurance companies for years here at some astronomical figure, and at 65 they kicked me out. They told me I'm no longer insurable. Wow. So I am looking forward to whatever the government is going to give. I think it's unfair what he was doing.
Yeah, but Colin, don't you think we need a fair and impartial analysis from our health professionals? Unfortunately, we don't hear from them, not even periodically, unless on such an occasion when a very important and sensitive matter is being discussed. We cannot leave it to the politicians to pretend that they are impartial. All they're doing is haggling between or among themselves on issues of that nature, Colin.
Well, Tim, you'll have to make do with me. I am not a health professional, but I have a certain degree of knowledge in terms of statistics and mathematics and what drives these things. And this, as I've explained to you, this is the way it works in real life. It certainly was not what Musa was saying. But I agree with you, perhaps the health professionals should come out and speak also.
Okay, sir.
All right, thanks very much.
Thank you so much for your contribution. Let's see if we can take another call. Please bear with us once again. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon, you're on the air.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Poleon.
Yes,
it's
sir.
first time I'm calling your show.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the $75,000 for each St. Lucian. When you check it out, you have 180,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, go and do the math for me. So 75,000 per person. That should be around like almost $14 million on average. I want the government, the opposition leader to tell us how it is on a daily month basis, if it's by year, or how this thing's going to work out. I don't know if you could help me or help the listeners with that.
Well, I'm sure somebody will call from the opposition United Workers' Party to explain that aspect of their policies in the event that they win the upcoming general election. But what I could tell you, caller, and what I've been hearing is not every one of the 180,000 people in St. Lucia will fall sick at the same time and put strain on that particular insurance that they are proposing. But something that they have explained before, but I'll give them the opportunity. If they call anyone, can call from the United Workers' Party to explain this.
Without cut you short, I live all my time in Martinique, and I'm saying to you that we have something in place where Martinique, they have almost the similar things to when every month, or if someone's sick, in fact, they go to the hospital, and, they take care of them, and I don't know if it's the same procedure, but that's the reason. It costs a lot. The taxpayers with Martinique, it's take a lot, like the taxes is very, very, very high on people. They tax the wealthy, and to get the people that they call a farm sale, there's a woman that don't work and they have children, some certain houses, and the people that not working every month, they get a salary. Those people who have business pays a lot. The secondly, I talked St. Jude. I went there yesterday. And I don't know. I'm not a medical expert. I'm not an engineer. I'm not any of these things. But when I look at it, I see it's a nice building. I see it looking good. But when I look at the thing they call the box, I don't know about the box. I passed through, and what I wanted, the leader of the position, when we heard that the Labour Party is talking about the cost, how much money that's spent on the box. Why don't, if it's not true, go inside the box, show those St. Lucian why we spend so much money on St. Jude, and why all this noise about the box? How much? Because, if it's 100 million that's spent on the box, or 80 million that's spent on that building, I see it's a big building. To me, it looks like a good thing when I see it on the outside. But did we have any electrical, etc., so that we can convince St. Lucian, yes, we're giving you a hospital, we almost finish, we're going to finish that hospital for us. All these things has not been said. So to go back on my first question, I don't want to be long. Why don't, because, when you're talking about 14 million, I check it, 14 million.
But caller, somebody's actually calling from the. Hold on, caller. Somebody's actually calling from the opposition, so we'll take that call and then you could listen. All right. So thank you so much. Let's see if we could get that individual on the air. Good afternoon, NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
And good afternoon to our listeners.
Good afternoon to you, Mr. Joseph. Explanation to the caller.
Yes. Tim, I'm hearing so many people making it look like all of a sudden insurance is rocket science. Insurance is a... How many cars do we have in St. Lucia, Tim? We have over 100,000 vehicles in St. Lucia.
Close to 100,000.
Don't all the vehicles have insurance?
Yes, they do. They should.
Do all the vehicles get into an accident one time? Do the insurance companies have to pay all of the claims? So, Tim, let's put that in simple language, because people must not allow politics to sway their judgment and their reasoning. So, a fair percentage of the population, I think when the assessment was done, more than 20,000 St. Lucians have their own personal health insurance team. Isn't that so?
About that.
I have my personal health insurance. I only pay $1,000 something a month, a year. And my health insurance has a lot of coverage. Now, I took that health insurance many years ago. So I got it when I was much younger. So I got it at a good premium. So we must not allow these things. And Timothy, I presented the Labour Party manifesto of 2001. I think it's on page 20, where the Labour Party promised national health insurance. And even in what they are proposing, which is universal health care, they said there is going to be a component of insurance on it. Now, all we have to do is Google the countries in the world where there's health insurance. Look at the debate over Medicare in the U.S. and what is going on, Tim. You had the stalemate with the Republicans and the Democrats over the passing of the budget in the U.S. And the spend freeze that happened. And it was over a debate over what Trump wanted to do with healthcare. So our proposal is simple. 40,000 people in our initial assessment cannot pay for their health insurance, or they cannot contribute anything, not pay, but contribute. That included the poor and vulnerable, single mothers, unemployed, pensioners who earn below a certain amount, and a whole list of persons. We had looked at the public service and we said, okay, based on salary scale, everybody below grade 10, the government would pay in full for them. Those who are above that, so they will make a contribution, the government will pay the difference. We also said many business places have insurance, Tim. Isn't that so?
Yes, they do.
If you work at a hotel,
you have group insurance.
The Teachers Credit Union has a lot of its teachers. When my wife was a teacher, she paid for her health insurance. What has happened to those persons, though, is that when they're no longer in the profession, a lot of the cases, the insurance discontinues. Now, at that time in their life, they can't go and get new health insurance. So the national health insurance that is being put in place is going to cover everybody in St. Lucia. So if I want to top up mine, so let's say the services does not include air ambulance, it only includes services locally, I can take the initial local package for myself, but I can take an additional package to pay for other services that I may want that is not under this present coverage, like if something happened and I need to fly to Martinique or to Trinidad or Jamaica or anywhere for treatment. So to simplify that, Tim, and if you allow me to use some patois, pour faire ça simple, c'est pas drôle, yon 160 as 80, 80 is 80. C'est pas drôle, yon 180 000 moun gouvernement ka paye bay. Et c'est pas $75,000. C'est pas 75 millions $1,000 gouvernement ka paye. C'est ça valait insurance là. So an servi un motoka et ben kay kon exemple. Ou kay ni a kay qui vaut $1 million. Le ou kay paye insurance, ou ka paye insurance de le $10,000 pour l'année, c'est ça ou ka paye pour $1 million coverage. So an comprend ça. Est ça mean that uni $1,000,000, le ou paye $10,000. Ça pas mine ça. Mais si Kaila brûle, si tremblement passe écrasé Kaila, si hurricane passe écrasé Kaila, den valeur insurance la ka servia. C'est valeur dat ou paye pour insurance Kaila. Même qu'on pour motoka. So an examine, le nou di pour health insurance, 75,000. Ek la ni un bon exemple tim. Insurance la dat gouvernement flambeau te me ansam bay se police la, ek nou te tan Monsieur Cameron Locke parler about se ke espitiye sa bay se moun na, dat gouvernement pa te ka paye premium la ale, ek yo tran wisped insurance la. So sa nou ka parler about la pour whole population. Sa se pa bay nef. Ça c'est pas bail dat personne poko fait. So le nou kopan ki manye insurance ka travay. Ou ça le ba parti ka di se moun natim. I ka di yo kote gouvernement ka pren l'argent pour bay chaque moun 75 $75,000. C'est pas $75,000 gouvernement ka ba ou. C'est ça qui pour oni pour santé. Ou passe après 4 insurance le aller commerce ay gen bay et bon passe aller total construction e gen matuyo. C'est only si ou malade. So sou ay l'hôpital, sou ay visite docteur, sou ay fan scan, sou aller ou yo ba oui med pour gen. C'est celle le ou ça servi 4 insurance la. So mwen vle di simplicien, because le ba parti pate sa délivrer à sou sa yo promet. Pa kite sa kwen nou, mwen insurance. Le mwen ale ko now sa nou an poko ka couvert pour dentiste ek pour vision. Mais nous te ka parler ek insurance company because sa kay cause premium la pour moute pli ho. But le mwen aywe docteur moi présenter yo ka ban forme nga plein forme la nga mene ba insurance la ka ban check a sa nou ka fe la kay plié zetim because chaque moun kay ni a 4 but 4 la c'est only pour santé only pour sou ay visite docteur sou fan l'opération sou ale passant yo vo ay fan scan e ban MRI e ban blood test n'importe côté de la vini pour santé. C'est ça y kay couvert. So mwen vle simplicien ouvert 4 chilio. Et tout ces noms les ba parti qui en position qui ka di moun sa pa kay fait la yo tout ni health insurance yo même. Le yo malade. C'est pas ici yo kay wè docteur. Moi inclus dans tout team. So ma tiye comme nous tout qui sa afford ka gade pour santé nous à dans différentes manières. So ça flambeau ka proposé et ben ka offert simplicien. C'est un health insurance qui ka couvert tout le monde. Moun qui ka travaille et qui ça contribute yo ka fa contribution et moun na yo ka travail bay la ka paye différence la. Si yo quitte job ça et yo ala dans l'autre job, yo pa kay perd coverage yo. Si yo perd travail yo, di what insurance la du yo pa travail, yo pa une personne pour payer gouvernement kay aider en paiement. C'est pour ça gouvernement ka met $40 millions en insurance là pour commencer. Il kay opowe même kon National Insurance Corporation nan la qui ka paye tous les mois ka paye tout moun qui pension ek bay. So c'est oni moun qui malade. So an di pour l'année c'est 30,000 moun qui malade. Celle-là insurance la kay paye c'est pour 30,000 moun ça. Tout l'instant moun qui pas malade là l'année à vie commencer l'argent ni pour vie payer an point correcting you have your cutting if you don't get into an accident when your insurance is due can you go and claim from the insurance?
No, you can't. No,
you cannot. It's only now will you go and get into an accident just to claim from the insurance? That would be foolish. So people are not going to make themselves sick just to go and claim from insurance. So I want to assure St. Lucians, every first world country is they have some kind of health insurance in place for their citizens. And it's against this backdrop, team, that when we said we are going to make world-class healthcare available, affordable, quality healthcare, that is one of the commitments of UWP, and we are going to deliver by the government putting in the first $40 million to get the health insurance off the ground and operating. Tim, I hope that clarifies to people, is not 75,000 government is giving people. It is insurance coverage, and it is insurance coverage that can only be claimed for medical purposes.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for calling the broadcast. You just heard there from the first deputy political leader of the opposition United Workers' Party and candidate for Castries Southeast, Mr. Guy Joseph. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Shop directly from the U.S. with Smack Freight International. Vehicles, heavy equipment, tools, parts, building materials, commercial equipment, office equipment, furniture, personal goods, home goods, shoes, clothing, restaurant equipment and supplies, uniforms, and so much more. Smack Freight International also offers a broad selection of top quality products with real-time availability and fast delivery. It is simple. Whatever you buy, buy it for less at Smack Freight. Smack Freight is now serving the Caribbean. WhatsApp them today at 1737-409-4048. Once again, WhatsApp number is 1737-409-4048, or visit their website at smackfreight.com, SMAKFREIGHT.com. Stay with the broadcast.
Ho, ho, ho. I had a dream that I, Santa, will be giving away amazing gifts this Christmas at Europa Hardware in Massat Grosile. I saw a Karcher pressure washer, a vacuum cleaner, steel brush cutters, Metabo power tools, even a welding machine, tile cutter, and Leo water pump. Just spend $500 or more between now and December 19th, 2025. And your name and number goes into the box to be drawn. Christmas couldn't be better. Only Europa is making things so merry. Ho, ho, ho. It's not a dream, it's a fact. Shop at Europa Hardware. Call us at 452-0763. Europa, we service what we sell.
If you're working for a while, come by Cots, I'll make you smile. Cots Black Friday come around. We are the best prices in town. Black Friday starts now at Cots. Yeah, it's back. Cots Black Friday. I tell you, hurry fast. Traffic on the highway. You know we got unbeatable prices. And furniture, electronics, and appliances. Are you coming? Say yeah. Weekly prices. Biggest and best deals of this season. Shop and credit to win big. And pay nothing until next year, January. Rock out and come down to Coats. Cots already load. Cots already load. Black Friday starts. Cots already load. And go when Black Friday come out.
Lucilec aveti ou pour point précaution durant saison cyclone Salah. Mi an ti commission qui kaywen de ou protéger la vie ou ek propriétaire ou. Kouye Lucilec avant ou trim et ben couper pied bois qui pouet ligne électrique. Veillez pour ligne courant électrique avant ou monter l'échelle. Fait assurer l'échelle, scaffold et bout zouti ou ka servi pas vini moins qui 10 pieds hors ligne courant électrique. Pas jamais servi appliance et ben zouti qui ka servi courant électrique. Des wall côté qui mouillé et ben en la pli. Ça c'était en commission hors Lucilec.
The following is a paid political advertisement.
There are many things that we need in our constituency. For way too long, we have not had what we have deserved. It's been 9 years where we have not been getting the representation that we have deserved. Miku South, it is time. It is time for us to take back what we deserve. It is time for us to take back our constituency. For way too long, we have sat back and we have allowed ourselves to be maligned. It is time that we stand up and say enough is enough. There are many things that we need in our constituency. There is a lot of unemployment. We need to make changes to that. Our feeder roads are a problem. We need to get those done. We need more opportunities for our youth. Our youth is the backbone of society. We need programs for our children, activities for our children to take part in. There are many, many, many things, many changes that need doing. Let us take back what we deserve, our constituency, and make it ours once again.
This was a paid political advertisement.
Tired of sky-high bills and a planet on the brink? It's time to go green without burning your pockets. At First National Bank, we are here to make saving the planet affordable. Whether you're installing solar panels, purchasing a water tank, upgrading to an inverter AC, or buying a hybrid vehicle, we've got the green to help you go green. Fast approval, low interest rates, and Mother Nature approved. Your future self will thank you. Visit firstnationalbankonline.com or call 455-7000 for more information to help you turn your green dreams into clean realities. First National Bank, here for you.
KFC, yo, we back with the vibe. Strips and dip combo, flavor that rise. Free crispy strips, fries on the side. 16-ounce drink, sauce for the ride. Order for 25, deal so nice. Go down and crunchy, can't think twice. Barbecue, honey, mustard ranch if you wish. Dip it, dunk it, finger licking bliss. KFC, bring the flavor. Set the mood, strips and dip is back. Finger licking good.
Chronic back pain, arthritis, spinal injuries, nerve disorders, even painful cramps. These conditions affect daily life, but you don't have to live with pain. Every day matters when it comes to your health. At La Clinique du Corps, we provide fast, accurate diagnosis with advanced GE-certified MRI technology and internationally recognized specialists. Our focus is safe, effective treatment that restores mobility, relieves pain, and gives you back your quality of life. Call 451-6559 today. 451-6559. La Clinique du Corps, because time is vital in health.
Need branded apparel that looks sharp and shows up on time? Welcome to Imprinted Designs, where every stitch counts. We specialize in custom embroidery and t-shirt printing for businesses, teams, events, you name it. From embroidered logos on polished Oxford shirts, available in a variety of colors for men and women, to bold, high-quality printed tees that turn heads, we do it all. Bring your own shirts or choose from ours. Small runs, big orders, rush jobs, no problem. At Imprinted Designs, we're built for speed, efficiency, and clean professional results delivered on time, every time. So if you want your brand to stand out, not wait around, come down to Imprinted Designs at the Valmore Plaza or hit us up at 451-2920 or email address imprinteddesignsSLU@gmail.com. Imprinted Designs, where every stitch counts.
This Christmas, Flow's making the season merrier when you add postpaid to internet. Unwrap a new smartphone for only $29. Plus, we're giving you 50% off your mobile bill. And win even more goodies with our Spin the Wheel Christmas promotion. This Christmas, the rewards are on us. Add postpaid to your internet plan today in-store or visit discoverflow.co for more info. Terms and conditions apply. Flow, we keep your Christmas rhythm flowing.
Broward, located on High Street in Castries, next to the courthouse and electoral office, and opposite the Castries Comprehensive School, is having a massive clearance sale. Prices have been slashed by so much, it's ridiculous. We're talking 30 to 60% off electrical and plumbing items until stocks last. Whether it's a do-it-yourself fixer-upper or a full household project, come in and save big with Broward. There's never been a better time to come down to Broward for savings on electrical, plumbing, and other hardware items. See you there. Broward, located on High Street, Castries, next to the courthouse and electoral office, and opposite the Castries Comprehensive Secondary School. Sale on until stocks last. Sale starts Tuesday, November 25th.
The following is a paid political advertisement.
Every trip to the gas station has become a burden. For 4 long years, St. Lucians have paid more than they should, draining pockets, raising prices on everything from groceries to bus fares. The United West Party says enough is enough. Within the first 30 days, we'll reduce fuel prices, bringing real relief to families, drivers, and businesses. Because a break at the pump is a break for every St. Lucia. Save our St. Lucia. Together, we will right the wrong.
This was a paid political advertisement.
Good afternoon, my people of Choiseul Saltibus and the public of St. Lucia at large. I wish to publicly and strongly denounce the video circulating on social media today suggesting that I am defecting from the United Workers' Party. The Labour Party has made many attempts to induce me to join their ranks over the past 4.5 years, but this will never happen. I could never betray my constituents, the UWP supporters island-wide, my political leader, and my party colleagues.
So there from the outgoing MP for Choiseul, and that is Mr. Bradley Felix. Amanda, what is happening in the chat room as we're getting all set to conclude the broadcast with our NewsSpin question of the day and the NewsSpin news of the day?
Tim, a few comments from earlier via the Facebook chat room. Someone says there, what a shame, all our leaders have failed us, yet still you'll want to gain political mileage over an incomplete building. Disgusting. A commentary reads, I feel like we St. Lucians are under a dark spell. How could a man given an opportunity get a loan to build a hospital, take our money and build a joke of a hospital? Shastni was taking us to the future with a hurricane-proof hospital. What happened? The PJP is not the one paying for this loan. Taxpayers are. SLP is putting mess in our mouth and asking us to eat it. Vote them out. A NewsSpinner says there the hospital was handed over to Reno yesterday for him to start finishing the hospital. Someone says there, and people of the South, particularly VA portions, want to tell me they are red and ready. You're all simply foolish and ridiculous. Shake my head. Nonsense. Commentary reads, PJP thinks his political stance will save him. He better try another one because we, the wise ones, are not buying it. Someone says their SLP has never followed the ethics of separating party and government. A NewsSpinner says there, please answer me this. What pandemic prevented PJP from completing and commissioning the hospital in the last 4.5 years? Another commentary reads, it's because they have polarized everything in St. Lucia. It is high time St. Lucians stand against this foolishness. Someone said there, all government ceremonies have been turned into SLP publicity stunts. Commentary says this SLP government seems to be doing things only for their supporters, the same way their supporters seem to be the eye in CIP. They seem to know where the CIP funds are going. It's the same way when PJP is on a platform, he speaks differently to his supporters and not to the people of the nation. A NewsSpinner says then they have inconsequential people parading around the place, showing us what they want us to see. They have politicized everything and then as usual play victim when it's done. I've never seen such a people. Shake my head. Another commentary reads, good day team, I understand everybody would not have been able to view the interior of the hospital, but like they have done before, they could have placed the large screen on the outside so persons could view the inside. A commentator says, Musa is busy beating his chest, but for 3 weeks now, there's no pharmacist at the Sufra Hospital, no pharmacist at the Choiseul Health Centers. Yesterday, a friend went to the St. Jude's Hospital. The nurse told her, there are no doctors available. Come back tomorrow, which is today. Someone says, is this what the SLP party and SLP followers were insulting people online for questioning the readiness of the building as a hospital? So now we know that the morgue is ready. They can feel it. So hot. A NewsSpinner says that lady who is going up for SLP in Miku South telling people that she's not even a minister and she's already delivering roads. Make that make sense. Why does she even receive monies for projects, when there is an elected official and she is not a minister? Again, this is gutter politics which SLP are offering to St. Lucians. Commentary reads, that is why it's important to speak the truth to the people so they'll get the right information and make the right decision. But they are deceiving their own people for them to stay in power because it has always been about themselves and their selfishness. And NewsSpinner says Richard Frederick was hoping PJP would make the public statements yesterday about being the only independent Labour, but KDA was there. He couldn't throw a tantrum, so he left early. Another commentary reads, PJP would have gotten more points if he finished the state-of-the-art hospital Allen started. $201 million poured down the drain. And NewsSpinner says there are lots of St. Lucians are now putting pocket before country. They don't even care about what their actions are doing to the future generation. Another commentary reads, the most modern kitchen I have ever seen. These people need to get out of St. Lucia. Commentary says, to me, the average St. Lucian, what SLP tried there is worse than if they had just waited. Any smart person can see right through that. Commentary reads, well, UWP has to have a program so people like you can come and explain to the people. UWP has to denounce and act, and don't assume that the average St. Lucian understands everything, because I do not understand the insurance. That comment was responding to Frank Myers. Commentary says, I wish St. Lucian people would understand what they are playing with. Your health is the most important thing, so do not allow anyone to undermine your decision. Someone says here the vision is too big for their brains. A NewsSpinner says here via Facebook, yes, I agree, team. We need to know how feasible or accessible this is. I cannot comment on what I don't even fully understand. A commentator says next Sunday, PJP will have the handover ceremony for the Rockall Housing Project. A commentator says St. Lucians can play around with this health insurance, which was proposed by the UWP if they want. They do not listen. The country I live in, healthcare and medication is free. A commentary via Facebook, it says all the CIP funds should be more than enough to at least partially fund this, but no, we would rather get the money in our hands in the form of vouchers or in t-shirts to buy alcohol, weed and chicken backs. Someone says, Timothy, where's our NewsSpin poets? A few comments here via YouTube. A commenter says, Team St. Jude's has been reduced to a political prop while 6 citizens remain in a stadium. And Pierre's most significant manipulation is believing St. Lucians won't see through the charade. Commenter reads, if Pierre was smart, he would have completed the hospital in its entirety, then call elections. Nah, man. You not your own boss. St. Lucians are the boss, and PJP and SLP, you are fired. Commentary reads, there was nothing to prevent PJP from waiting out his turn. He should have taken the time. Damn fools. The most educated dumb fellas ever. Commentary says via YouTube, kitchen, and laundry will provide hospitality. St. Jude is all set for hospitality. Commentator says, even when one is sympathetic towards the plight of the ones that are mistreated, we are victimized. Commentary reads via YouTube, we have to wait for the completion. Read between the lines. Kenny Anthony held himself accountable as well. That's a prime minister. Putting PJP in charge was SLP's biggest mistake. Commentary says St. Jude's Hospital was never scheduled to be opened yesterday. It was a handover. Google is a fabulous tool when used.
Thank you so much, Amanda, for that final update. And we're getting all set to conclude the broadcast with our NewsSpin question of the day. The NewsSpin question of the day reads, what do you think about the massive turnouts at the political rallies? What do you think about the massive turnouts at the political rallies? And we hear from Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre as he says, crowds do not win elections. And that is so true.
The only way you win elections is by votes. Crowds don't win elections. Rallies don't win elections. T-shirts don't win elections. What wins elections is votes.
Thank you so much, Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre. The NewsSpin news of the day reads, in a first, Taiwan distributes security handbook to all households as China threat rises. In a first, Taiwan distributes security handbook to all households as the China threat rises. The NewsSpin news of the day bringing to a conclusion the most monitored talk show in the world. Please don't forget to like the video, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click the notification bell to help the channel grow. My name is Timothy Poleon. Goodbye.